back to the GTTCC, season 14 coming to an end now. This is the last round of races, so this is the penultimate here at Catalunya, the famous Formula 1 track used for winter testing. Are they using it this season? I don't know. Drop me in the comments, let me know if they're using this. Somewhere I've read that they're using Bahrain instead, which makes more sense, but anyway, Catalunya, a track that I personally don't really enjoy that much because it's a bit dull. Let's just be honest with each other, it is a little bit dull. Bit of a change to come at you as well. Now, first, you'll have already noticed we've only got 8 drivers, so probably expect the remaining portion of the video to be heavily edited. We've got half the field driving that we're capable of having, so yeah, it's not ideal. But we do have the regulars in, the good showers. So I'll run you through the grid. We've got Chichi stuck it on pole position. He's got Miggins next to him. Miggins is a very fast driver. So he'll be looking to get the jump on Chichi. And then we've got Raffo. Interesting tyre combination for Raffo, and I'll go over why he's running the medium tyres at the front a little bit later on. We've got Maniaf in 4th. The glory hole livery, love it, Maniaf. P-Gib in the Budweiser car. We've got Angus McCope in another Budweiser car. We've got Aldo. He's driving for, not sure, I want to say HKS, but I'd be guessing. And then we've got Tatey. So most drivers utilising the soft tyres. I'll go over why that's important. And maybe not so important in this league as we wait for the lights to go out to get us underway here at Catalunya for the penultimate race of season 14. Everyone gets away well. Raffo actually gets a really good jump. It's quite a long run down to turn 1 here at Catalunya, so I expect the positions to potentially swap about as everyone tries to figure out the braking down into turn 1. Cold tyres. We've got Miggins looking up the inside of Chichi. He does go for the move, doesn't make it stick. Maniaf and P-Gib going at it as well. P-Gib actually shuffled out wide there. He's going to get taken by Tatey, Angus McCope, and potentially Aldo as well. Yeah, Aldo goes through. At the top, we've got the top 3, Chichi, Miggins and Raffo. These guys battling out for supremacy into turn 4. We've got Maniaf and Angus McCope battling away. Tatey's trying to get involved in a little bit of that action as well. So it's all jostling for position early doors now. Track position here at Catalunya is quite important. It's not the easiest track to overtake on. If you get out in front, it's relatively easy without a tyre advantage, disadvantage to keep your positions. We see Tatey go just a little bit deep there. He's probably going to manage to just about recover that as we get the world's closest camera angle. P-Gib then has got past Aldo and back up to P7. Meanwhile, at the top then, Chichi's breaking down into the hairpin for the first time. Well, Miggins has gone a little bit deep. Rescues it though. Raffo gives him a little bit of a tap. Miggins has to go out wide, gets a little bit of a leap over the curb. Raffo lets him continue on, but that's given Chichi a little bit of a breakaway then, and it's brought Angus McCope up and Tatey back into this fight. In fact, all it's really done is allow Chichi to bug off into the distance. We see him there going through the chicane for the first time. You could easily pick up little penalties coming through here. It's very crucial to get your line right. As we come past start and finish straight again. Miggins just starting to get swarmed a little bit now by other cars. Down into turn 1 for the second time of asking. Is that Tatey looking up the inside of Angus? It was. He went for the move. Angus just managed to get his braking right, but gets the exit of turn 2 just a little bit wrong then. And this battle at the back, in which P-Gib's again suffering from, he's stuck right down at the back of this now, is P-Gib. Going around the outside, not a lot of grip around the outside. It's hard to hang a car around here as well because you can't get on the power as quickly. And he's battling away with Tatey. You just see there on your right hand side, P-Gib then not able to make that advantage stick. Miggins loses a place up ahead to Angus McCope. That place was gained there, actually. Place was gained, yeah, it was gained earlier on the lap. Miggins got absolutely swarmed, didn't he? So it is just Miggins trying to fight his way back through the field. And you can see ahead, Raffo and Chichi especially now, just starting to make an absolute leap away, but they need to. Now, the reason why I'm mentioning I mentioned the tyres before, and I've hinted at it a few times. Just before this race started, probably a day or two before, there was an update released by the game developers, Polyphony, or whatever you want to call it, in which they increased the pit stop time by a dramatic amount. And at Catalunya it was probably worth around 40 seconds to take a pit stop, which is at least double what it used to. So that suddenly made stopping during the race not really that viable. Most drivers had locked in the practice by this point. Most had driven this car and knew how it handled on the softs and didn't really want to go above and beyond that. And that for me is the reason why Raffo, who's currently in second, is out on the medium tyres. That tyre has a lot more longevity within it than the soft tyre. The guys out on the softs and the super softs, they're going to have to pit. Fortunately for each of them, their fellow competitors are also out on the softs and the super softs, meaning I fully expect everyone in this race to pit, apart from maybe Raffo. The problem with Raffo is he is a tyre torturer. He's done this before and he's absolutely shredded tyres to pieces. Miggins does take care of his tyres exceptionally well, but I think even he might struggle to. I think even he might struggle to get the tyre life out that you need to make a no-stop viable here at Catalunya. It's a lot of laps to put into your tyres, and it's going to be a struggle. I did softs, and yeah, let me tell you, after I think it was 8 laps or whatever it was when I pitted, they were done for. And the guys who ran the mediums in my race and didn't pit and had that 40-second advantage through not pitting, eventually got through to win. So now let's see how this develops anyway. So that tyre advantage over Raffo from Miggins is working out a little bit in his favour now. So Raffo with the medium tyres on the front of his car isn't getting as much grip through these corners as pretty much everyone else really is benefiting from. The hope that Raffo's got here is that he can take those tyres the duration of the race, he's hoping. Whereas we believe the rest of them can't do that. But the problem is he's going to be a bit of a sitting duck while people are driving on fresh tyres. The race in theory should come to Raffo rather than Raffo just winning the race. So let's see how that works for him then, as Miggins does go for the overtake. It has been a matter of time coming. Miggins now needs to get on with the job of catching Chichi and reducing that gap. A little bit further back we've got Angus McCoat up. It's still pretty close with Maniaf. In fact, he's gone really wide there at turn 3, and Maniaf might just reduce that deficit even further. Then we have P-Gib now ahead of Aldo. Although Aldo's not letting that one go without a fight. Just sneak back up the inside at turn 4. Although P-Gib's still got a wheel in, so he'll probably just get the move back at turn 5. That's pretty much what exactly he does. That's good side-by-side racing with these two, to be fair. And then we've got Tatey. He's running 8th at the minute, but clear out in front is Chichi, who has benefited, I guess, from Raffo holding back Miggins up ahead. Now the issue he's got, he needs really a massive gap over Raffo. If we think Raffo's not going to pit. The problem for Raffo is he's got a similar tyre wear on his mediums and some drivers have got on their softs, so he might need to pit anyway. We'll see what he does. I mean, we're a third of the way into the race already, so I guess we will find that out sooner rather than later. Oh, Miggins goes deep at the final chicane. That's going to help Chichi out and help Raffo out as well. That's going to bring Raffo right into his toe. Rafa might well just go for this second place back down the main straight. It's too early in the straight really for Miggins to defend it. He might as well just stay where he is, rather than getting dragged into a big battle. Try and outbrake Rafa's car down into turn 1. He does outbrake himself, unfortunately. Oh, in fact, no, he tidies that up in the second part of the corner. Really nice tidy up job by Miggins there. Rafa ends up giving that spot away. He's now under threat from Angus McCope, who is under threat in turn by Maniaf. Maniaf gets a great drive out of turn 3. He is going to be able to go up the inside. A little bit of a lock up on corner entry there, and gets himself up the inside of Angus McCope. But just like P. Gibb did a lap or so ago, he might go for that move straight back again down the inside here at turn 5. That's a good move there by Angus McCope. Good racing by these two, but goes a little bit wide on exit. Does that give Maniaf the run? It certainly does indeed. He's going to be side by side. Both drivers giving each other space, and Maniaf in the end just has to back out of that and allow Angus McCope to keep that position. What's Cheech's gap at the top? So gap ahead of Miggins is 8.5 seconds. This is exactly what Cheech needs to do. If he's planning on pitting, he needs to go hell for leather. Because the pit stop here is punishingly long. You've seen how long that straight is. You imagine driving along that straight at about 50 mile an hour when the rest of them are doing 140, 150. It is punishingly slow. Maniaf back past Angus McCope somewhere. I must have missed that move happening. It is still quite alive here at the back. Unfortunately, Tate is a few seconds off the back there. We are starting to now see the effects of tyre wear as we approach the halfway point of the race. Tyre wear starting to kick in on some more than others, and as you can see there, Maniaf just locks the front brakes then. Even though these cars run a version of ABS, it's not a fully tuned sort of powerful ABS system. It's quite a weak ABS system. The cars will still experience lockups and understeer if you're not careful on the brake pedal. If you just slam it and keep it there, you won't get the turn in you need. Alright, so 12 minutes in, we've sort of settled a lot of the debates that we were having, or have we? The guys at the back, Angus McCope's just starting to fall back a little bit. P. Gibb, is he going for it? No, he's not close enough yet. Let's just jump on board with Gibbo. Oh, Angus gets a bit of a drift on there, but this isn't really a place where P. Gibb can take advantage of that. He's going to have to line him up for the hairpin. That's exactly what he's done. Got a great drive there. And now he's going to be level pegging with the other Budweiser car. These are teammates, don't forget. Although there is no team orders down at Budweiser, as Angus McCope gets a really nice tidy braking down into the hairpin, and then coming into the final chicane, it's going to be P. Gibb on the inside, but he lets his teammate take the corner normally at the expense of his own pace. This is bringing Aldo into play. P. Gibb then cuts that corner. Oh, they're all coming into the pits now, so they're going for the undercut. So we've got Angus in the pits and P. Gibb in the pits. Everyone else is carrying on. In terms of tyre wear, looks relatively healthy for Cheech and Miggins. Rafa on his mediums has got more tyre wear than the guys ahead and behind. So Rafa is just going to be renamed the tyre killer. I don't know what he's doing. So these guys are still in the pits. They haven't made it. They've just made it to the pit box now. This is a long stop now. That puts them off the back of Tatey. Well, we'll look when it's all worked out, but it's about 40 seconds off your previous position. It's a huge time loss. Maniaf then now getting on the back of Raffo. Raffo's really struggling with these tyres. Not only are they worn, but they're a harder compound as well. Oh, as Tatey kicks up some gravel. let's see if these guys, so they're 26 seconds off the back of Tatey. That's a big gap. That's a very big gap. Now I would expect a lot of the other drivers to be pitting potentially at the end of this lap. Although I just wonder if Rafo's going to try and drag this out. Being on the medium tyre, I just wonder what he's going to try and do. And whether Chichi and Miggins decide to go for the no stop as well. Anything's up for honours here. I mean, the Budweiser team need to work together for a little bit. Settle their differences, because if they slow each other down at this stage in the race, it's not really a good omen for them. So Chichi carries on, so does Miggins, so does Rafo, so does Maniaf. Aldo and Tatey both pit then, so that's all but the top four at the minute in the pits, as we see Maniaf lock a wheel up, and it's going to send Rafo deep. Rafo gets it tidied up on exit though, similar to what Miggins did a lap or so ago, and Maniaf just has to settle in behind him. Tyres on Maniaf's car are starting to look a bit second hand now. So these two drivers now just getting released out of the pits. And when it's all said and done, P-Gibbs had a nightmare somewhere. What have you done? Oh, he's gone to Blackpool Beach, hasn't he? And that's not going to do them tyres any good, Gibbo. Yeah, so that's why he's so far down. Explains that. Top of the table then. Chichi still leading the way. We've got Miggins in second, with Rafo now third. Just ahead of Maniaf, as we have previously said. After the pit stops for the bottom four have worked themselves out, it is Angus McCulloch in 5th, Aldo in 6th, Tatey in 7th now, ahead of P-Gib in 8th. P-Gib again just locks a wheel going into turn 1. Now it's a case of the top 4, do they pit? The problem for these guys now is that the guys behind them, Angus, Aldo, Tatey and P-Gib, they're on fresh tyres now. They can start to lap faster lap times. If these two guys here especially either leave it too long to pit or don't pit at all, they do risk being caught. But we have about 13 minutes left of this one. It might just be worth these guys braving it out on dilapidated tyres and just seeing what they can drag out of this one. I have a feeling that's exactly what Miggins and Chichi are going to try and do. They know what it's like for pits here, so if these guys are going to pit, they're going to do it now. Otherwise, stay out. There we go, they're staying out. Right, the chase is on. Can Angus, Aldo, Tatey and P-Gib catch up to Chichi, Miggins, Maniaf and Rafo? Skip forward a little bit, and now on lap 11, over 20 minutes into the race, less than a third of this one remaining. We've got P-Gib now, who's caught to the back of Tatey. You can see just ahead of you Angus McCulloch. Aldo managed to get past him. It was a pretty undramatic overtake, so I didn't think it was whether you're going in, but Tatey's run it a little bit wide there. That's going to give P-Gib just enough to get out of his way and start now chasing up under Angus McCulloch. Oh, Miggins pits. Miggins pits from P2. This is a late call. So Chichi stays out then. His tyres are destroyed, but it'd be a disaster for him to pit now. He might as well stay out. Maniaf is going to come out into second on worn tyres. Rafo third then, very worn mediums. Miggins still isn't in that pit box yet. Is Aldo gonna get him? Has Miggins given up a potential podium here? Now don't forget, Aldo, Angus, P-Gib and Tatey, they're all on fresh tyres. Miggins now comes out of the pits. He is ahead of Aldo just. So yeah, pits from second into fourth. Has 8 minutes now to put quali laps in. The gap between him and Raffo is quite a big one. That gap is 21 seconds. Yeah, it's going to be a hard task, that one, for Miggins. Yeah, I think a lot of us learned this lesson the hard way here at Catalunya. That pitting was just a dreadful idea. It just cost, unless everyone pits, it's just a dreadful idea. So your current standings then, as Maniaf finds his own different way around the circuit. Chichi leading the race. Maniaf second, Raffo third, Miggins fourth, but he's already reduced that gap to 18 seconds. So he's gaining, and he will gain on them very fast, but yeah, it's a long time to spend in the pits. Aldo 5th on the road, Angus McCall 6th, P. Gibbons 7th, and Tatey in 8th. These guys in a little bit of a different race at the minute, just based really on the fact they've pitted way out of the pack. Thanks for this lovely camera angle. There we go. There's your race leader. Doing a good job on his tyres, considering the. I mean, he's worn his rears a little bit. It tells me he's got his brake bias pointed to the back. The theory of that is it saves your fronts from unnecessary braking wear, because a lot of your tyre wear is taken up in the braking zone. That's when the tyres are under quite a lot of stress. Cornering obviously is one of them, so keeping your cornering smooth and keeping your power on application out of corners as sort of nice and stable as you can is another way of improving your tyre wear. I do need people like Miggins though to teach me better tyre wear scenarios, but there we go. So what's the gap then between Miggins and Raffo now? 15 seconds. So 3 seconds taken out of Raffo that time alone. 51.3 for Miggins, 57.0 for Raffo that time around. He is really struggling now. Less than 5 minutes to go. It's going to be a big if Miggins can catch him, and he's thrown away a potential P2. Even if he catches Raffo, I think catching Maniaf might be a bit more of an ask. Manny's still doing 54s, 55s, which aren't that bad, considering the tyre wear he is facing. I wasn't expecting Miggins to pit at all, really. Well, let's see. He's got 5 minutes to prove me wrong. That's how long we've got left of this one. Meanwhile, battles on track. Budweiser guys at it again. So you'll remember a lap or two ago, maybe even just when he came out of the pits, P. Gibb span it here. He's recovered well so far. He's back up to 6th. Past his teammate Angus Makoto. That lap for Miggins 52.6, so that one was a little bit slower than for the PlayStation driver. 55.9 that time around for Raffo, so he obviously just made a mistake on lap 12. If he was doing 57s every lap, then yes, he'd be under serious threat, but 55s, you're probably going to be pretty safe. We will see. Gap 12 seconds now. And that gap will only shrink. It's only going one way. I guess for Miggins now it's a case of is there enough time left in the race to take advantage of his tyre advantage. I'm sceptical of this because he's not far off 2 minutes a lap. We've got 4 minutes left of this one. 2, maybe 3 laps, but probably 2 laps. Start his 15 laps comes the Sausage King. So he'll probably get another 2 in. Maniaf, comfortable second at the minute for Maniaf, but he's starting to really feel the pain of those front tyres. There's not a lot of them left at all. It is a true Bono, my tyres are gone moment for Maniaf as he knocks in a 56.0. This lap for Raffo 55.9, so similar pace to the car ahead. Miggins, on the other hand, really needs to get his foot down. 52.2 that time around for Miggins. It's good. It's a few seconds faster than the cars ahead, I'll give him that, but as we enter lap 15, the gap is 9 seconds. Whereas Chi-Chi is just on another level. He's 22 seconds ahead of the next car, and it's not like the next car pitted. This is Mani and Chi-Chi is just pure race pace. I mean, granted, a lot of that's down to the fact that Miggins pitted. Raffo's really struggling on medium tyres, but it's still a very impressive feat. So how many laps? So we've got 2 minutes. So yeah, this is going to be the last lap now for the next lap. So it's going to be the last lap for probably most drivers. With 2 minutes to go, I think everyone will get round for another lap now, which unfortunately seals the nail in Miggins' coffin. To coin a term not appropriate for use in this, because it just means that Miggins hasn't really got the time to catch Raffo, despite the fact he's doing quali laps out there. He's really putting these tyres under some pressure, but he can afford to abuse them now. They are fresh as a daisy. I did question why I didn't use the super softs, but maybe he just wanted to play it safe on softs, I'm not sure. Let's see. So Chi-Chi's already out and gone. I'm going to come back to something with Chi-Chi in a moment, but just to highlight a point, Maniaf 56.2, Raffo 57.0, Miggins 52.7. It was Chi-Chi on worn tyres that he's been on for 16 laps, knocking in consistent 54s. That's very impressive pace for tyres that are past their best, is the nice way of putting it. So really impressive race from Chi-Chi, and no wonder he's so far ahead. I think Miggins had to roll the dice, to be fair. That's probably why he did it. It was probably just a bit of a gamble. Last lap then, gap between him and Raffo, 5.5 seconds. He can see him. He's probably got the adrenaline pumping at the minute, Miggins, just to say, right, I've got half a lap to catch this kid. We have got sector 3 coming up, which is notoriously tight and twisty. But it is going to be a stretch for Miggins to catch him, I have to be brutally honest. Maniaf looks pretty secure as well. As Maniaf locks up, you can just see the cloud of smoke that Maniaf released there. But all plaudits, praise and adoration goes to Chi-Chi, who's won yet another race here in the GTTCC. P1 Sebastian for him. Maniaf in second in the end then. And Miggins has caught him. He's got him. Will he get past though? Sorry Maniaf, I'm just gonna, I'll flick to you in a sec, but oh, it's close. Can Miggins get Raffo on the line? It's got, oh, I don't think he's gonna do it. I think Raffo's got it. Oh my days. Oh, that was so close. So Maniaf then finishes second, Raffo third, Miggins fourth in the end. Aldo is fifth. P-Gib in sixth. He's had a bit of a one to forget as our P-Gib. Gets rid of his penalty on the line. Angus Backup 7th and Tatey in 8th.